dolphins can be found in certain Earth's rivers, seas, and oceans. Some of the dolphin species prefer to live along the coast, while some dolphins prefer to live along the coast and live farther from the coast near areas of shallower water that are found further out to sea. Dolphins are amazing creatures, and they are socially adept, intelligent, elegant, happy, and playful beings, with many emotional traits similar to humans.
When I was a little girl, I went on a boat trip with some friends, and I fell off the boat. Maybe I was pushed. Anyway, the boat moved away, and as it moved away, a dolphin came by. And it circled around me, and I fell in love with that dolphin. And from that moment on, I wanted to learn everything I could about dolphins. I think I was about 10 years old. So I did. I went to school. I tried to find anywhere they were studying anything about whales and dolphins. So I've been one for most of my life. I'm not going to tell you how long that is. When I was in college, I did train dolphins. I trained them to do a lot of things, like to show me their pecs so they could do medical treatments. But one day, there was a light fixture that broke, and a screw fell into the tank. And I didn't want to get all into my wetsuit to go get it, so I trained the dolphin to take a spatula and pick it up and bring it back to me. He's a very smart dolphin, and it took me about a half an hour. And we had been training him for quite a while. So yes, I have trained a dolphin to do a complex problem. I think they have quite a bit of cognitive abilities. I think they're sentient. They know who they are. They know who we are. They recognize us as other intelligent beings. They are curious about us. Animals in the wild, fish, don't turn and look at you. Dolphins come to the boat and stay with us and show us, while I've been watching them, when they come and show us their behavior, they stay with us. And they raise their families similar ways to we do. They have a culture. And this is true about dolphins all over the world. So I am quite in awe of the amount of cognitive ability. They teach their kids how to fish, how to hunt. It's quite amazing.
Dolphins have enhanced cognitive abilities that are rare in the animal kingdom compared to many other species. And except for humans and some primates, dolphins are probably the only species out there that have enhanced cognitive abilities.
They don't chew their food because they are carnivores. They have very sharp teeth all the way around. They have none of those flat teeth that we have in the back that we use to chew, because we can also eat plants. Dolphins only eat fish. And they eat the fish, they swallow it whole, and they swallow it head first. Because if they were to swallow it tail first, the fish might open its gills, and then it would get stuck in their throat. So they have an ability with their tongue to switch the fish around to make sure it goes in their mouth head first. It's an amazing ability. You should see their tongues. It's like little fingers. And it's quite... And they do a lot of this. They have to eat quite a lot of fish, about 10 ounces every hour. That's three burgers from every hour. So they have to eat a lot of fish. They have the ability to do everything we do with eyes, they do with sound. They look at everything with sound and come back with a three-dimensional vision of everything around them. So when they look at you, they can see you, and they can also see your heartbeat, your blood flowing, and they can see behind you. They know if you've eaten recently. It's an amazing ability. They also have a whole language that is sounds that we can't hear. It's outside of our hearing, that they use to communicate to each other, to tell each other information. But they have a whistle also that is sort of their name that identifies them. Every dolphin has its own whistle, and they say that whistle repeatedly to let everybody know where they are and that who they are and all. They keep in touch.
So dolphins have two different types of sounds they're emitting. One type is called clicks, and those clicks are similar to sonar signals. They're high frequency sounds, and when I say high frequency, it's well beyond our hearing range. So it's up to 100 or 120,000 hertz, and our hearing range is, in the best cases, around 20,000. And so these clicks are then emitted into the environment, and they're reflected from objects in the underwater environment, and the reflection gets them back to the dolphin, is processed in their brain, and they, so to speak, see with their ears while we see with our eyes. And there is another type of sound that they make that we label whistles. And these are sounds that are actually in the human audible range, so we can hear them. And if you ever hear dolphins making sounds, then they are most likely whistle sounds, while the echolocation type sounds are clicks, and you cannot hear them with a naked ear. We look at the brain size in comparison to the body size, right? Because absolute brain size, if you have a big animal, the brain size can be much larger just because the animal is bigger. But so the first thing to do would be to say, okay, how does it relate to the body size? Now, size alone doesn't really matter a lot, because when it comes to brain function, it's all about complexity, right? So there's an older part of the brain that has been around for hundreds or millions of years, and that's what sometimes referred to as a reptilian part of the brain. But if you look, for instance, at the cerebral cortex, which is sort of the front part of our brain, that gives us all the cognitive abilities that we know about, then that is something that is much rarer, and dolphins do have a lot of similar brain structures as humans have, and that gives them the ability to have this kind of processing power of information and the behavioral diversity and everything else that comes with complex social interaction.
Depending on what you call smart, dolphins have been around a lot longer than humans, and they haven't destroyed the planet. They have families. They have generations of families that stay in touch. They enjoy their life and they have fun. So I think they are the smartest animal on the planet, because they also know who they are. They're very cognizant of themselves. To change that, well, it depends on how we take care of the planet. Dolphins are beacons in the ocean, and as the ocean changes, they'll let us know how it's going, because their behavior will change. We're the ones that are making the changes, so the only way that we'll change who's the smartest is by becoming smarter and taking care of the planet.
Dolphins are amazing animals. They emotionally adapt to humans and have many strong connections with humans and each other. Dolphins are one of the smartest in the animal kingdom and one of the most fascinating creatures that are worth to be remembered.